Ushers around, please.
People of God, it is always said earlier, or you will not have the chance to say the other one, but what I want to do here is vote of thanks. What I want to do here is vote of thanks and farewell speech. Let me stand on the existing protocol that we have been following for the President to every member of Supreme Council. I say I return all glory and adoration to Almighty God for making this day a reality. And I want to seize this opportunity to thank God for His grace, for counting me worthy to be part of this missionary administration, and for this administration for ordering our steps, His guidance, protection, and for the gift of wisdom and knowledge that manifested throughout the period of my stewardship under this able leadership. I also wish to particularly thank God for scaling the hustles and interests of the granting me traveling mercies and saving me from sin and unseen attacks, most especially for the wisdom, strength, and good health throughout the provision and still up to now. That notable philosopher stated that it is not always given to the sower to get to reap the fruits of his labor, and that all he does are done in faith, in faith, but by His grace I reap the fruit of my labor. My thanks goes to the management team, constituted with the President, General Superintendent, the General Evangelist, General Secretary, and all invited officers, including the Finance Secretary. The moderate achievement we had was possible because of the unity of purpose and eagerness of this team to move Supreme Council to the next higher level, to be able to raise his head high in the Committee of Missions. The exceptional mission leadership of Pastor Udo, the President, and the cooperation and support of the generals, that's Lieutenant General Evangelist, General Secretary, are nothing of praise and thanks, for it made my job very, very simple, because I can rely on the support when the tractors rose. For this, I'm very, very, very grateful. And one of the major achievements that we had during this period of the leadership of the present President is putting in place a system we call the due process that measures in property and accountability. Again, it was by the grace of God that we were able to complete the construction of the new secretariat project, and we relocated to the project from the old secretariat. This is just 2 out of over 33 achievements that we can record. And I thank God that I can boast and say that I am living this system better than I met it. So the fulfillment of this mission is in tandem with what Apostle Paul told the Romans in chapter 8, verse 30, that those people that He has predetermined, it is those that He has called, and the called are justified, not only justified, they are glorified. That's Romans 8:30. And me in particular, my story is in consonance with David said in Psalm 113, verses 7 to 8. Ó mú àwa olùpọ́njú kúrò láti inú ẹrẹ̀. He raised us from the dust and lifted the needy out of the dunghill. Àwọn ọmọ aládé tó ń jẹ́ èèyàn Ọlọ́run. This is a confirmation. What we are seeing today and what people have been talking about is a confirmation that my appointment before humility as General Secretary was not a mistake, but a fulfillment of God's plan for my life. Him will be the glory forever. Now I want to thank all the dear chairmen, Supreme Council members, other GSs and DSs, pastors, evangelists, dignitaries, teachers, for their cooperation and prayers and gifts during my time. Please, even during my time, please, even more extend it to this new administration. And what I can draw out of it is that whatever you believe you want to do, as long as you believe that what you are doing is right, please do it. Don't mind what people say. In John 3, verse 2, Nicodemus made one statement there that is touching to me. He told Jesus, we criticize you in secret, in the open. But verse 2 says, we know. I want to put you like here. All said, I thank you all for tolerating my excesses and in most cases, accepting my weaknesses. My thanks go to the leadership and members of the various committees, associations, fellowships, boards, and groups. Thanks for your support, advice, and prayer. I happen to have been, in the course of my stewardship, belong to no less than 5 of these committees. The contributions, suggestions, and advice have gone a long way for meaningful managerial decisions on most critical issues. For this, I say you are all highly welcome and appreciated. To all the church members, ranging from elders, patrons, heads of groups and associations, and all members of the church, thank you, and may God reward you for your show of service and love. May God continue to uphold you and bless you abundantly. Ìjọba nítorí tí ẹ ṣe gbogbo eléyìí kò ní bọ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. But Lord, you want me to say 1 or 2 things. I'm not too happy about the uncompleted job that is ahead. Iṣẹ́ tí a kò tí ì parí ni the major one, as you are listening to you cannot deceive God. If you look young, your body will tell you you are getting old. Apologies. Like Simon has in Psalm 1 Samuel chapter 12, verses 3 to 5, in his farewell speech, whoever I have offended, whatever way or form, for God's sake, try to pardon and forgive me. These were done not to demean or degrade anybody. They were done in the course of the job. But for people that they feel that I offended them, I say sorry. But for people who believe that we are doing this thing for the betterment of the church, I said my apologies, and I want to thank you for this. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I pray that may God keep on upholding Supreme Council, and every one of us, please remain blessed and observable. Thank you all for your time, and I say a big thank you once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's do it very well. Let's clap for Jesus beautifully. Let's put that. Thank you so much. Sir, I will bring you back to the podium to come and hand over the banner of Christ Apostolic Church Brigade now to the new General Secretary of the Mission. Aladesaiye, over to you. The banner of the brigade. I find allowed the General Secretary of the Mission kindly step to the podium. Brigade Commander. Oh.
Sure. For the progress of the work of God and the Boss Brigade, for continuity of the brigade. Now our daddy retired, we now hand over the banner to the new secretary for the continuity of the work of the Boys and Girls Brigade in our church, Christ Apostolic Church. Over to you, sir.
Better than I did, you will do better.